Good morning, student. Today I am with the new topic and with the new module of UML, object-oriented analysis and design using UML. Here I am starting with the class, and in this module we are studying about class diagram and about the relationship and association and generalization and more concept about the UML diagram, how to design from the object-oriented programming language and object-oriented programming process. Here we are going to explain about some different object-oriented concepts which are used in constructing the UML diagrams. These concepts are very important to making a UML diagram, because UML diagram is a blueprint of that particular process, the particular software product development. So these object-oriented concepts are very important to include in the UML diagram. For that purpose, we are basically to know what is the class and what is the class diagram, and what the relationship and what are the association, and how to use them and how to interact with each other. The diagrams are working to each other. But so many things are here to combine in a particular project. So we first of all we are focusing on the class. As I mentioned here, a class is blueprint that is used to create object. The class defines what object can do. In the other words, a class is a set of objects that share common structure and a common behavior, which is told by Grady Butch, a scientist. A class is a blueprint for objects. Class is a blueprint of object. It defines a type of object according to the data the object can hold and the operations the object can perform. It means it defines a type of object, which type of object are used within the UML diagram, within the software program, that will be shown in the class. And class is also a according to the data and the object can hold and the operations, what are the operations are included within the product development, within the software used, or with what type of software going to be the design. Classes are the fundamental units of design in object oriented programming. As I mentioned, class is a basic first thing which are designed for our programming. In object oriented programming, class is a fundamental unit of designing in a object oriented programming. A class is a pattern that defines a kind of object. Which type of object are used, which is defined by the class, or we can say class defines the object, what type of object and what it do, and what object can do. It specifies a data structure for the object together with a set of operation for acting on the object's data. As I mentioned earlier, again we are explaining acting on the object's data. The structure of a class for an object together with a set of operation for acting on the object data. Which type of data is present, the structure of the object is related to that particular things are combined and acting on the object data. We can use a class to create one or more objects when the program is run. In the class give us some feature which in during the programming we can create the class objects within the program. If we want to create some object of the class, that will be created within the programming. A class is usually also a factory that creates objects. As discussed in the previous line, I am just saying a class in the previous explanation, a class is usually also a factory that creates objects. It means class is also create object of the things. A class thus is a collection of objects of similar type. Class is a collection of object of similar type. If I'm talking about a class, it will be, I'm giving some practical example. If I'm talking about a class, if I'm creating a class, or I'm taking about a class, if I'm saying class, it means class shown the same type of things. If I'm saying, for example, second year class, it means all student of second year, including in overall this institution is mentioned in that class, because I am just saying second year class. If I'm creating some object of the particular class, I'm creating a class, second year class of BTech. It means the object of the class is BTech. It means the overall second year student are not concerning with this object. The object only concerned with the BTech. If I'm talking about the class of second year, it means I'm talking about the whole second year of this organization, of this college. It will be BTech, it will be from B.Ed, it will be from BSc, it will be from any other courses, any other branches. Because here I'm talking about the second year class. It means it's the total overall second year class of that particular this organization. Now you can understand, a class is a collection of objects of similar type, which is given as, for example, mango, apple and orange are members of the class fruit. As I explained, I'm saying, I'm giving us some example according to the second year class. It will be second year class is a total second year students. If I'm talking about BTech, BSc, BCA, MCA, that will be a different class, members of that particular second year class. If fruit has been defined as a class, then the statement will create an object mango belonging to the class fruit. Class are user defined data types. This will be an important notice. Please mention it. Class are user defined data types and behave like the built-in type of a programming language. If I'm talking about if I'm talking about some example and another example, I'm giving us another example of class. If I'm talking about four-wheeler, all four-wheeler are in the class of four-wheeler, because four-wheeler is any type of vehicle which have four wheels, that will be in the class of four-wheeler. But if I'm talking about some difference in the particular class, that in the, if I'm talking about a class of four-wheeler, it means the member of the class are any four-wheeler which have four wheels, like car, truck, bus, and so many things, and so many vehicles which have four wheels, that will be included in the four-wheel class. And if I'm talking about a class, car class, it means only the section I will mention here, car. It means only the car which is related to the segment of car. The member of car classes are only the car class. If I'm talking about new examples, it will be a member of that car class is, what are the example? So many example in our mind. Simply, I will say Mercedes, I will say Honda City, I will say Hyundai. So many four-wheel cars are present. If a class is car, the member of the car, the class is, I will explain you now. We have probably noticed that the illustrations of the object and class look very similar. Here I am mentioning class is a blueprint of object, but both are very similar to one another. And indeed, the differentiation between class and object is often the source of some confusion. The role of the class, the role of the class is to act as a kind of blueprint for all the objects. The role of the class is to act as a kind of blueprint for all the objects of that type. A class defines the type of data appropriate to class, attributes, state, and also its set of allowed behavior methods. The class is in effect an object factory which allows us to create new object. Class as a function, or we can say a feature, to create a new object. It will be a lightly difference between class and object. Class is a defined attributes and it a set of allowed behavior methods. The class is an effect and object factory which allow us to create a new object, or we can say class create a new object of the class, each one of which follows an identical pattern of attributes and methods. The class can give some patterns which are identical about attributes and methods which are used to create a particular software. This will be a difference between object and class. Class can create new object of the classes. Each object created by the class is a single instance of the class. It means it is each object which are created by a class is a single instance of the class, and this is why the term instantaneous is used in object oriented terminology, or object oriented programming, or object oriented concepts. Instantation means the creation of a single instance of a class. It means a class only create a single instance of a object. An object, all the objects in a class may have different attributes. All the objects in a class may have different attributes, values, but their allowed behavior are all the same. The behavior of the at all objects which are created by a class is are same. A class is defined by three elements. The class is defined by three elements. First is class name, attributes, and method or operation. We can say operation or methods. These three things are very important to defining a class. Now moving to the object part. An object is defined by identity, state, and behavior. These are differences between class and object. Class are defined by three main elements as I explained earlier. Again, I will explain that particular things. Name of the class, attributes, and operation. And in the object is identity, state, and behavior. Object-oriented programs that have to keep track of a large number of objects which are constantly being instanted and destroyed. The identification of the object is done by their memory locations rather than by unique means. Objects which are predicatable are identified like class by unique names, but objects that are unpredictable are identified by memory location. Each class has a single unit name which identifies a particular abstract data type. An object may have a unique name or a unique data key, but its identity may ultimately be defined only by the memory location that is occupies at a particular time. The key difference between a class and its object may be as follows. These points I will explain because I want to give us some proper description about class and object, because every persons are confused between what is the class and what is the difference between object. So many times we are calling a class is a blueprint of that object. It means class and object are same or not. So I am slightly giving a slight difference between class and object. So here I'm giving some points. First point, once we have defined a class, it exists all the time of a program is running. It means every time classes exist between the program, whereas objects may be created and destroyed at the runtime. First difference, class is exist all the time a program is running, where jabki a object may be created and destroyed at the runtime. First difference between class and object. Now moving to the second, for a single class, there may be any number of objects instant at any one time. It means possibly many number of a single, for a single class there are many, maybe any number of object instance at any one time. It means a single class have so many objects. A class has a unique, moving to the next point, a class has a unique name, attributes and methods. An object has identity, state and behavior. As I explained about the elements of the class and object, here we can include these points in difference between class and object. Class have a unique name, its class name, and attributes. What are the operational attribute are used within the programming that will be in the class, and method or operation, how to do the things is included within the class elements. And in the object has identity, state. What is the identity of that object? It will be shown the object identity, what is the object, and state, what is its state, what is it, and behavior, and what is its function, what is its behavior. These are the difference. And moving to the next difference between the class and object, a class provides no state values for the object attributes. These can only be given values when applied to a specific object. Class provides no state values for the object attributes. These can only be given values when applied to specific objects. Class are the most important building blocks of any object-oriented system. A class is a description of a set of objects that share the same attributes, operations, relationship, and semantics. These are the objects that are shared by the class. Class basically share some attributes, some objects like attributes, operations, relationship, and semantics. A class implements one or more interfaces. Class, as I explained, class implements one or more interfaces. Why the class create interfaces? Because class having some elements which are interact with the other class, and both class, if we are creating some diagram, if the connection between these, if or if we are not going to explain how to explain the relationship between these different two models or different two blocks. So the relationship, it will be shown, and class implements one or more interfaces, because interface is provide the communication. It provide the links between the classes. A class is a description of a set of objects that share the same attributes, operation, relationship, and semantics. Class describe the that object which have the same attribute, same operation, and same relationship and semantic. It means class indicate those objects which have the same operation, same attributes, and same relationship and same op- mean of that particular things. Graphically, a class is represented as a rectangle shape. Class name, as I mentioned in my PDF, class name, attribute, and operation. These are three things, yeah, three elements of the class which are be used to design a class. Every class must have a name that distinguishes it from other class. Because if we create a class, so first, how, if I'm talking about, if your name is Amit and second person have same name Amit, then how to differentiate? If I'm talking about a BTech, then I will create some BTech CS, BTech SE, BTech uh, BTech ME, BTech IT. These, the name of that particular things are difference between the classes, because BTech is a class. In this class have some different names. Every class must have a name that distinguishes it from other class. A name is textual string. That name alone is known as a simple name. A path name is the class name prefixed by the name of the package in which the class lives. As I explained, the class name is a path in which class name prefixed by the name of the package in which that class lives, in which the class attributes and all the operation which is related to the particular class, it will exist in that class. A class may be drawn showing only its name. A class may be drawn showing only its name. Now moving to the attribute. First element is class name and second element is attributes. At attribute. An attribute is a named property of a class that describes a range of values that instance of the property may hold. A class may have any number of attributes or no attributes at all. An attribute represents some property of the things you are modeling that is shared by all objects of that class. It means attribute have some property which is hold within the class, and object of that class use that property from the class. Attributes show the some common properties, and it will be given to the all objects which are within the that class. For example, you might model your customer in such a way that each has a name. As we create a class, have class name is customer, and customer have, if we are talking about a banking system, the bank, if a person is coming to the bank and open their account within the bank are the required some things, and in the manner of the class, the bank firstly create a class. This class name is customer, and what are the attributes which are common to all, not on the operations, it's depending upon the customers attribute. Attribute is the main part because we are using that attribute, that some same operation, same property which are used in different operations, and the class objects which are used within the class object, and class objects are also used that attribute property within the programming, within the operations. So here I'm giving an example. You might model your customer, as I told you, within the bank. If a model a customer in such a way that each has a name, as you know, if a customer is come within the bank, what are the requirement which produced by a bank, that will be stored in the customer class. First, name, address, phone number, and date of birth. These are the essential property of the customer, because by this property the bank is operation on these things. An attribute is therefore an abstraction of the kind of data or state. An object of the class might encompasses the attribute is therefore an abstraction. Yes, it may be a abstract of the data, because the depending on the operations the attributes work like that. But because attribute is a property of the object, or it's the property of the class that the objects are used, so attribute is therefore an abstraction of the kind of data or state an object of the class might en- encompass. At a given moment, an object of a class will have a specific value for every one of its class attributes. I'm again explaining it. At a given moment, an object of a class will have specific values for every one of its class attributes. Graphically, attributes are listed in compartment just belong the class name. Graphically, attributes are listed in compartment just below the class name. Okay, as I mentioned here in the student, now you can see the student name, address, behavior or branch, and age. These are the attributes, and attributes are the below the class name. It means first we create, if we create a class, first we create the class name, and after that we are defining the attributes of that class which will be used by the objects. Now moving to the next element, operations. An operation is the implementation of a service that can be requested from any object of the class to affect behavior. It means all the operation within the class which are done by the object of the class is concerned. The third element which are used within the class is operation, because the is operation is the function, or we can say the behavior of an object of the class to affect that particular service, implement the service according to the operation which we stored within the class. What the object is going to do and what are the things are happened within the class is defined in the operation. In other words, an operation is an abstraction of something you can do to any object, and that is shared by all objects of the class. It means a class may have any number of operation or no operation at all. It means the object, what the things are going to do, it will be defined, it will be stored in the operation, because class is defined in three segments. First is class name, second is property attribute, and third thing is its operation, what the operation is doing. And all three things is done by the object, because we create the instance of the class, and these instance is known as the object of that class, and that class object are working according to the class, because the class name and class attributes and what are the operation within the class that will be done by the object. Operation are listed in a compartment just below the class attributes. As I mentioned, the operations and the attributes and the class name. The class name is the top of the rectangle box, and after that we define the attributes of that particular class, and after that we define the operations of the class. An operation name may be text just like a class name. In practice, an operation name is a short verb or verb phrase that represents some behavior of its enclosing class. Typically, you capitalize the first letter of every word in operation name except the first letter, as in move or is empty, because move and is empty is a function and operation. So first we write anything within the operation, it's typically you capitalize the first letter of every word in operation name. Now moving to the responsibility, it's an important part, because what the responsibilities are in the class and what is the main thing of class, it depends upon the responsibility. A responsibility is a construct or a obligation of a class. Construct or an obligation of a class. When you create a class, you are making a statement that all objects of the class have the same kind of state and the same kind of behavior. At a more abstract level, these corresponding attributes and operations are just the features by which by which the class's responsibilities are carried out. A class is responsible for knowing about height, width, and thickness. An agent class, as you might find in a credit card application, is responsible for processing orders and determining if they are suspect or fraudulent. A temperature sensor class is responsible for measuring temperature and raising an alarm if the temperature reaches a certain point. These are the some example. Now moving to the class diagram. Here I am just moving to the next. What is class diagram? A class diagram gives the static view of an application. A class diagram describes the types of objects in the system and the different type of relationship that exist among them. The modeling method can run with almost all object-oriented method. A class can refer to another class. A class can have its objects or may inherit from other class. UML class diagram gives an overview of a software system by displaying classes, attributes, operation, and their relationship. This diagram includes the class name, attributes, and operation in separate designated compartments. A class diagram helps construct the code for the software application development. A class diagram describes the type of object in the system and the various kind of static relationships that exist among them. Class diagram also show the properties and operation of a class and the constraints that apply to the way objects are connected. The UML uses the term feature as a general term that covers properties and operation of a class. A class diagram is a static diagram. It represents the static view of an application. As earlier I spoken, class diagram is not only used for visualizing, describing, and documenting different aspects of a system, but also for constructing executable code of the software application. A class diagram describes the attributes and operation of a class and also the constraints imposed on the system. The class diagrams are widely used in the modeling of object-oriented system because they are the only UML diagram which can be mapped directly with object-oriented language. The class diagrams show a collection of classes, interfaces, associations, collaborations, and constants. It is also known as structural diagram. A class diagram commonly contains the following things. First, class, interfaces, collaborations, dependency, generalization, and association relationship. Like all other diagrams, class diagrams may contain nodes and constants. Class diagrams may also contain packages or subsystem, both of which are used to group elements of the your model into large chunks. Now, I'm thank you for these I will explain next topic in the next lecture. Thank you. Thank you, students.